Okay, hey, this is Minister Crystal Lachelle Lax, Lax, about to land on you another one. I was in the bathroom, just doing my own little thing here, and God mentioned to me about uncommon favor, and that the first should be last, and the last should be first. Now, I don't know who needs to hear this. That's the, typical thing that they say. I don't know who needs to hear this, but anyway, it's almost as if what I was getting, God, interrupt you, yeah, even on the toilet. What I was getting is that this type of promotion or this type of uncommon favor is so untraditional way of doing things, way of doing business. It's almost as if God, His Holy Spirit, is like a jet plane, and it's going to shoot you way past all the other red tapes that you used to, that people traditionally go through to meet with executives, to meet with CEOs, to meet with people in high places. You have to go through the gatekeeper or whoever is guarding the gate to keep people away from certain type of people or celebrities, so if you will. Well, it's almost as if you coming from the very, very back and you're going to be shot up there real quick, like a jet is moving you straight to the front. Here's the stipulation though. Your blessings don't come from your bad behavior, if you will. If I was a teacher that was teaching kindergartners and first grade, second grade, I don't reward them for their bad behavior. I reward them for the good deeds and showing courtesy and kindness to the other student. Are you getting what I'm saying? Don't miss out on your blessing because you still trying to flow and roll with the crowd and you've been waiting for your blessing. So you mean to tell me that you're willing to forfeit your blessing just to be a part of the people gang, just to be rolling with somebody already don't have their blessing. They already don't have the nice cars. They already don't have the nice home. They already don't met people in high places. But you've been waiting a long time. So you mean to tell me that you would rather be a people person than to keep your mouth closed and let God go ahead and elevate you right to the top? Where you know and they know that only God could have done this. I mean, the Spirit is so strong on me. It's that some of you are going to be in shelters, and high time people are going to come directly to you and pull you out of the shelter and bring you up. Does that make sense? I don't know who needs to hear it, but my spirit is so just that strong. You understand that the Spirit of God is working on His children, and that God will carry us, and get this, carry us into joy. We are already in the Spirit of the Lord, and that He will continue to carry us in peace, that He will continue to carry us in the joy and the love of God and all the fruits of the spirits. That even though that there is chaos going on around us, that God is carrying us. Even though you don't have no job and they've been running these smear campaigns, damaging your names, trying to ruin your name, trying to ruin your life, trying to ruin your reputation, trying to ruin your ministry, trying to ruin your business. They're trying everything so that you won't come up. You won't come up. But catch this. God been carrying you though. How you been eating every day? Like a sparrow. God cares about the birds. And they don't work, do they? But God been carrying you. How? I don't know how, because I don't know you like that. But God been carrying me. They don't did all kind of smear campaign, gang stalking, gang harassment, damaging my name. I lost my son 5 months ago. I just had surgery 5 days ago, heart surgery, and back-to-back sickness and illness and all this chaos being around me. But yet, I was still able to write books so that I can at least try to earn a living with the disability through book writing. but don't want nobody to buy her books. Don't buy her books. Don't listen to her messages. You understand? So here I am. Had all this stuff happening. Had my son just murdered, taken from me just like that. 38. He was only 38. But yet, the Spirit led me to write books in the midst of my pain of fire. That's what I call it. Pain of fire. And when you're going through fire, ashes is left behind, right? Ashes is left behind in a fire. And you leave behind all your trials and tribulation was fire. You was walking through the fire. You was walking through the fire of hell. And there was ashes. And the devil was trying to keep you down in that type of fire. It wasn't a final hellfire, if you will, the lake of fire. But it was still fiery trials and situations, circumstances and problems and issues. Legal, homelessness, marriages, divorces, relationship, finance, debt, everything that a human being can face on this earth. Adultery, cheating spouse, betrayal. But yet, in the midst of your fire, God gave you a second breath because you thought you was down for the count. And He blew air, breath into your being. Your eyes became open and awakened. And like a phoenix bird, you begin to flop your wings. The more the fire burned, the more that you became angry to get back up to the top and out the fire. So you flop your wings, yeah, and flop your wings as if none of your feathers got burned. And as a phoenix rising out of the fire, so have you. And God takes your ashes now. It's time to make something out of the ashes. He took my ashes and made books out of them. That God take your ashes and make them beautiful. God take the loss of my son and I turned it into a book. Why quit in the middle of your faith race? Your faith race, run. Don't stop. Finish strong. To me, I figure that that's my beauty. I just need to profit off of it. But that's my beauty, that God took the ashes from that pain of fire and God turned it into a book. Some of you, God, have taken your ashes, put spit on it and worked the ashes like a potter, working on the clay, and made a rap out of it, made a song out of it, made a drawing, a painting, composed a music, composing music, producing a film. You got this script in your head going and you want to play it out. You need actors or so, but he gave that to you, something beautiful, creativity, a new ideal, a new way of approaching your business strategy plan. He's taking these ashes that we leave behind and making something beautiful out of them, out of your pain, a fire. That something beautiful is coming out of it. Rather, it's your beauty from being a nobody that nobody cared about, nobody wanted. Everybody abandoned you. Nobody seen you as nothing but how they wanted to see you. But then God grabbed you by your hand and take you up there to the executive level, take you up there to the CEO level, take you up there to the kings and the queens, way past the ones that dogged you out, way past the ones that made fun of you, way past those that said that you'll never be nothing, you'll never amount to anything. All you gonna do is just be a low-down drug dealer and a low-down pimp taking money from women. But yet, your faith was in God and you didn't give up on the faith. Your faith was in God and you didn't become what they wanted you to become. See, they were saying those things because they were speaking evil prophecy over you, and they wanted you to latch to their words so that you could become what in the image that they wanted you to become, instead of walking in the image of God, when God said, let us make man in our own image. And they wanted to create an image about you to the other people, so that if the majority rule, because they got this systematic thing called majority rule. Well, if the majority rule say that I'm ugly, then I must be ugly. So you start carrying yourself like an ugly person with your head down, low self-esteem and low self-confidence. But you can't walk in faith without confidence. Not conceitedness to the point where you're so prideful and arrogant that I look better than other people. No, God rejects that. God don't want no high-minded people in his kingdom. But what I mean is that you know that God brought you here for a reason. You know your own abilities, but you have been put down so bad by people, or the majority rule type of people, that you adjust yourself to believe what they are saying in order to feel some kind of comfortability. But sometimes it's okay to be uncomfortable, because it's okay to know that I'm walking on top of the water with Jesus and I'm safe on top of the water. And if I do happen to sink, I know that I can call on the name Jesus and he will reach out and grab me from drowning. So it's okay for me to walk on top of the water and be myself. It's okay for me to walk on top of the water, and even if people don't see Jesus walking with me, I am still walking with Jesus, because Jesus is a spirit, and he that comes to God must come to God in spirit and in truth. So you may only see one person walking on top of the water, if you will, but there's another person walking with me in the spirit. Does that make sense? So God is about ready to shock you. Even shock you. Like there's been people watching us, and it been watching us more than just our enemies. Some people will watch you and think that you got unbelievable type of strength. Some people will watch you and just admire your faith in God. Some people will watch you and just watch how you love other people so naturally, just freely, just naturally. So we got good and bad watching, if you will, right? But God is the Spirit was showing me, if you will, that some of you going to be shot right to the front. It's going to be so unconventional, untraditional type of meeting. Like, dang, you went right to the top. How did you get past the gatekeeper? She's hard to get past. Those people are hard to get past. You barely can talk to this person because this person's schedule is all full up. But I don't know how God gonna do the way that God gonna do it. Wait, gonna do it for you. But it's the energy is so powerfully strong that I will put everything on this one. Dang there, everything I say come to pass anyway. My kids know it. This one, some of you are going straight to the top. And some of them that was at the top and they acted nasty and arrogant, they dropping all the way to the bottom. Peace out.